Okay. So you can hear me okay and everything, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we're just talking about posts and the fact that there's no featured image behind these words here. This particular area was set up in a as a themer, I guess is the term I would use, as a theme or themer. It's not editable at this point, and I'll show you where it is editable, but not here. But you were asking, okay, let's look at here are the posts that you've created. And I can see as you go down, they're listed in draft form. So you chose at this time not to publish them. No big deal. You know, whenever you want, you can unpublish, publish, whatever you want to do. So I started publishing some of these, but let's just go to that one. This was Patricia and somebody. So let's just scroll down here and see if we see that one.
Now this is all on a testimonial page, right? And right now we don't have the testimonial page being published.
You are correct on that, but this,
Okay.
but you're still, yes, that is correct. It's not published. The page is not published, but the post also you would also publish it. So it would be both. So
Right.
you could have the page appearing and these are not published, they would not show up.
Okay.
But and the example would be well, let's just go here. So this is not published, but it still exists. Like if someone went here, it's not published, but it would show up if someone typed in testimonials like I just did. And,
Okay.
and this is what shows up at this time. And the only one that I guess that's been, I guess, published at this time would be this plugin that I dropped, the widget that I dropped in right here. So,
Okay.
but let me get back to as far as you editing your post, and maybe you already know this, and if you do, that's great, but let's just double check. So let's just go to the one that we'll just start at the top with Patrick F. So the post is going to open up, and you were creating these in draft form, and they were just kind of sitting there waiting to appear somewhere. So this is the way it appears right now, using the basic editor. I think that's the term they use. I forget exactly, but for our conversation right now, basic editor. So this is how it looks, and you've probably been, this is you've created this, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so, and I think you already know this. I'm going to repeat it just for clarification's sake and that you've got it. Like you'd want to make sure that you're adding your key phrase here. So this might be, you know, kitchen, excellent kitchen review, or brand new cabinets, compliments, or some type of phrase here. You don't want to use the same one all the time. Testimonial, 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 because that's not really helping for a focused key phrase. So just, you're gonna have to keep it short, 1, 2, 3 words at the most, for a key phrase. And then obviously, again, you want to, especially here, it'll just take, this is if you want to do search engine optimization stuff. And I know this is kind of where we're at. I think for you, if you're going to spend time on this, you know, you want to take that little extra effort. So getting into search engine optimization is where you're adding a keyword phrase or phrases. If there's some duplication, it's not a major problem, but where you want to kind of mix this up, that is obviously with the snippet. And you could, you know, use some of the exact words here down in the snippet, or you could also mix it up. Like this was a large residential kitchen in, you know, northern Michigan, in the woods, you know, something like that. And those would be words that would appear here in the snippets. You'd want to keep it relevant to what the job is being done. You want to mention if you were replacing cabinets or countertops or whatever you're doing, you know, to mention it in here. And I believe you probably will remember from previous sessions together is that this is where you'd end up typing in that type of information. Did you remember that before? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and again, sometimes it's been weeks or months since we covered some of these things. So some of it's just kind of a friendly reminder that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Okay, good. That's also for you for the snippets. This is what would appear here. It's interesting within the last week or 2 weeks, there's been some articles that Google is changing up how they're showing snippets and when they show snippets and some other changes that are happening. So when you do a search, sometimes you'll see snippets and maybe sometimes you won't. I can't say for sure. I know that there's some things happen, but this information still is indexed by the search engines, whether or not
it's still important.
Yeah, it is. And whether or not it appears in the search results, I don't know for sure, but it may or may not always. And then over here on this side, I think you did this, I believe on this side, you were clicking on the category, is that right? Okay.
Yes,
And then, you added, I see a couple more categories, or I did, or you did, doesn't matter. This is where you'd end
and
up
then,
getting a featured image.
okay,
Oh, and this was the one for, I think, Tina or whatever. So let's just go ahead and drop this in here, and we'll just drop in something random. I'll go to your kitchens. And you're liking this plugin for organizing your.
oh, you have no idea how much that helped.
I'm glad it's working well for you. So just for our conversation, just real quick, I'll just drop this in. You did a nice job here with your alternative text and your title and your description, so that's all helpful. And again, that is indexed, and it may not seem super important, but the search engines do index every single word, so it does make a difference. So
Okay,
we've got
good.
this here, the featured image. You could change when it shows or hides, but right now you're not going to do that at this stage. And then as I scroll down a little further here, move this over. I'm going to go ahead and just hit publish. And so this is Patrick F is the name that should be appearing here. We'll take a look at this. Let me hit publish again. There we go. And then we'll go back to that testimonials page and see which ones are actually showing, not showing. But
Okay,
so, and we can view the post. We'll take a quick look here.
so like
no,
on that one,
I'm sorry?
on that one, it did have, where you could get extra, keywords and so forth. Is that, I really don't want to do that with just the image, just with the testimonials. There's no reason to go into it so much, right? Because I'm gonna have so many testimonials that say the same, or
Well,
that say,
yeah, and Kelly, that's right. I wanted to be, I sent you a message earlier, and I think the testimonials can be important. But if you
right,
can convert, it's stressing more, less asking people for testimonials, more asking for the Google reviews, or
yep,
that'll carry more weight. Adding the
okay,
testimonials, it's up to you on the amount of time you want to do it. If you were adding people's names, that type of stuff. The other thing, and this is, we can talk about, again, if we meet next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever you want to do, but to actually, when you start doing your blog, I think what would be of value if Paul wanted to do this, and if your clients wanted to do it, is to have the picture of, Patrick and Lucy Smith standing there with Paul shaking his hand. Or if Paul takes the photo, he may not want to be in every photo. Let him take the picture of the people and say, "Oh, I'll send it to you on email. And hey, do you mind if I put it on the website?" They'll be, "Oh, thank you. Oh, how great." And then Paul's got their permission. You can go ahead and post it. He's not in every photo because Paul doesn't want to be hogging the photos. But if he does want to be in the photos, that's great too. But the main
right,
thing that shows happy people, and then we create a blog, and then it would show up on the blog post if you wanted
okay,
it to. So does that make
okay,
sense?
yep,
Okay. So let's go to that testimonials page. So we can see now that the blog looks fine, and this is how it ended up formatting. So this is how it appears as a singular post, whereas before it was showing up kind of funky, right?
okay, so this would be on like the testimonials page, or are we
We'll
creating
go
a
to we'll
page?
go to that in a second, because what happens is
Okay,
that, you have to format the post first, and then you can make the post display on different pages and in different ways. So you can make the post, if it has a featured image, you can say, "I want the featured image to show," or you don't want it to show, or the author. You may notice I turned off your name, or I think it was your name, a bunch of times, because it doesn't make sense. Of course, I mean,
right,
and the comments and the dates, those are
yep,
not relevant. So we're able to shut those off using the software that we're using. So
okay,
let me just go real quick, and then
yep,
I'll pause, and after I talk a little bit, and you can ask your question. So you can see here right now what we've done so far is you can see these couple ones that are not. Let me move this over on my screen. Post. So you can see here, these ones here have not been necessarily, when I say published, they've not been basically published, ready to be posted anywhere. And so
right.
let's just go to another one here, and I'll go to this Tina one.
I do have pictures for her.
Okay. And you can add those later. I mean, it's so quick
Yep,
and easy for you to go back through. So the post ended up opens here. And I can see here, Tina B, here's a nice long quote by her and her name, that type of stuff. We already talked about it. If you decide to enter a key phrase, you can decide if you want to add the snippets. That's up to you. You could copy and paste the same text and post it in a snippet if you want a quick and easy way out, then that would appear, but
That would be a lot of very time consuming to do a different one for each. But
What-
some of them I could, some of them I might not be able to.
whatever you want to do, Kelly. So again,
Okay.
it ties into search engine optimization. So
Okay.
it does take time, and how much time you want to spend on that, that's up to you. So again, get an example like J.C. Penney or Myers or one of them. They want to add more individual information for each one of their products, whereas for you, the testimonials are very similar. Their countertops, their kitchens, their bathrooms. There's not 1,000 different things necessarily. But so
Right.
here we've got this. The way you can format this here, because this has not been formatted to be used in Beaver Builder. And so if you, let me double check here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna move this photos. Okay. So over here, you see the 3 buttons. You do-
Let me see. Your face is, oh, I just move it around. Okay, go ahead.
Are you saying okay?
Yeah,
Okay. So this was created using that basic editor. I said, Kelly, just go ahead, keep banging it out. This is gonna take more
Yep.
than 5 minutes, whatever. So you got this done. What I'm showing you here is you use the basic editor. We're gonna convert it over to Beaver Builder. And how would you do that? This is the way it is here, and you enter in your categories, your featured image, right?
Yep.
And then you go here and then you go to convert to Beaver Builder.
Okay. So first I want to do everything that I need to do, like the focus key phrase and everything else, put the image in, and then go to the 3 circles, right?
Correct. And that's only for
Okay.
these ones that you already created. Like in the future, you'll already have the option to go to the Beaver Builder ahead of time. What we're doing is we're converting ones that were created in one and changing over how we're going to edit the post.
Okay.
And your post would work. They just would be either more difficult or not totally possible to edit it fully as much as the way you are able to do it once you convert it over to the Beaver Builder. Does that
Okay.
you
Yeah.
okay with that? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and click convert to Beaver Builder. What happens is it's gonna offer me here to go ahead and launch Beaver Builder because it supposedly has converted it. I want to go ahead and not use the standard editor. I want to launch the Beaver Builder. This is going to ask me a question here in a second about do I want to see what's happening. It's still loading this page here. Doesn't usually take that long, but what else is no? Okay, so I think we're still going to get asked the question here. Okay, here's the question. So I'll explain what the question's asking, and then you'll know why you want to click the right answer. So what I did was I created a layout that is very simple because that's what I think what you were looking for was just Mark. I just need a simple layout to display the text. And so
Yeah.
another simple layout would be text and a photo, So I kind of heard you say that. So that's what I did. So I created a themer layout and I assigned it to all the posts. And so Beaver Builder, the way you're doing it, would allow you to change everything that Mark did, or right here, or only the content. Well, you only want to change the content because you remember before sometimes the header and the footer, you don't normally go there. Kelly may not be messing with the header and footer that much, but what is Kelly working on? She's working on the content area of the page or the content area of the post. So we're not going to override the layout right here. We're not going to do that. We're going to do edit the content only.
Okay.
Long explanation, but hopefully that sticks in your mind.
Yep.
So what happens now is Beaver Builder is starting to open only the content. So as you can see, and this asked that question twice. I'm not exactly sure why it does that, but we're going to go ahead and answer the same question twice. Maybe it's just reconfirming, or it's asking because there's 2 things that are opening there. I'm not sure why it does that, but it is what it is. So here we are at this post, and we're using Beaver Builder, and you can see when I hover over this area, I can't, it's not hot. I mean, this goes down, but I can't change anything. It's not highlighted for changing. But when I go here, you're familiar with this. highlighted
Mhm.
area, the wrench, we talked about it many times. And then you would edit the widget, either the row or the widget using Beaver Builder. But then you go down here and you can't change it. You can see you hover, you can't change anything because again, this is the footer. So we're not in the theme or layout to do that.
Right.
You're only allowed to do the content. So here you are here, and this is where you could make changes. We're going to create a new post in a minute, but I'm showing you how to edit because you may want to edit or change some of the ones that are already there. You're going to have to go through and convert each one to Beaver Builder. It just takes a click. You know, you may
Right.
want to look at, clean it up, whatever the case may be. What I did notice, and this was something that I showed you before, and I've been meaning to write them and say, hey, I don't know what this situation is, why this does this, but again, this is a text editor box, and it looks okay, and you know, there's extra space here. But when I go
Right.
here, this shows the code over here on the side. Are you seeing the screen okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't normally know this, Kelly, and I think I pointed this out to you before. I just picked it up because decades ago, maybe, you know, coding, that
Oh,
type of
you're
stuff. I'm not,
coding.
yeah, I'm not a coder, you know, but I had to learn some and not to do it, but just so I understood it. But I understand this is a space, like a return, like, you know, added an
Hard
extra row.
space.
And I don't know why it's adding that. So when I back out of it, it supposedly takes up some of that space. But even then, even after I've clicked save, sometimes it still reappears. So you
Mhm.
may end up getting into a slight spacing issue. It might be my keyboard, it might be my, you know, I don't know what it is, why it does that. It might be them, but on a lot of my text editor boxes, I'm getting an extra space built in there. So
Okay.
you know, you may or may not. It's not a horrible thing. It's just you know, you might want to. I was getting frustrated saying, "I want this space was driving me nuts." Well, you can try to get rid of it that way. If not, I don't have an answer right now for that. But
Okay.
so let me go ahead and show you how to create a new one. So what I can see here is this one here, Tina, is the person's name, Tina B. There's no featured image. So let me
Right.
just show you because you've already, and you may or may not want to show the featured image, but I think that Kelly, you may want to have a featured image, whether or not you show it, because at some point later you may show it on a different way on a different page, and you may want to show the featured image. So let me get off here. This is where you change the text. We're not going to change any of the text. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit publish. Now, what we've done is we have converted it to Beaver Builder, so it does show up in the Beaver Builder fashion. This is loading the page. But what we're going to look at real fast is the post itself that you created, and kind of I would say the back end post, and then Tina. This is similar to pages. Like this list of pages is the same that's your list
The
of
back end.
builder, and you already knew that. But on your
Yeah.
post, this is how you get to the back end. So let me go to Tina. Do you see it? Yell.
Oh, way up the top.
Okay, I told you to
It was
yell.
blue.
You're so
See, it's
loud.
blue.
Here we go. So I got it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Take a second. And all we're gonna end up having to do is just to add that featured image. And then we'll create a new one from scratch so you can do that at your convenience and for future sake. And the beauty is, Kelly, is that as you create these are testimonials, but you'll create different posts that might be specials or seasonal or fall or you know or marble or you know grand you know or you know however you want to categories you want to create to show different ways, bathroom, you know, hallway, whatever you decide. So here I am at this. We were just going to add a quick featured image. So I'm just going to scroll down here to the featured image section, click on this, click on, well, let's go and just go to kitchens again or living
Mhm.
spaces. Grab a living spaces one. And choose this, set featured image. Excuse me, that's appearing fine. Hit update. Still loading. And then let's take a look at it. Here's the preview. A new tab. So here's the one that we did with Tina. So it's
Okay,
got the featured image, her words, the person, the authors that, or I forget the name, that the heading, I forget what the title is here, but why this appears, or it could be something else, but obviously it makes sense if this is from that person, unless you want something else, or you don't want the featured image. I mean, all that depends on where it appears on the pages. So let me create a new post and then we'll display the post and I'll show you a little bit more. And it may make a little bit more sense after I do this. So let's go ahead and click new and then new post. Take a second to load. Okay, so I think Kelly, and I'll take responsibility. I don't think that, in fact, I know not that you did not have this option originally as you started to set stuff up to jump right into launching the Beaver Builder.
I actually did, and that's what was confusing me.
It did?
It did, and but I would do I would put the testimonial here and then do everything I could. And then I didn't know at this point, that's what I was emailing you about. And then I finally figured it out to use standard editor, and that took me where I needed to be. But
Okay.
yes, I could have done this.
Okay. So and that's part of learning. I
Yep.
mean, this is a lot of new stuff, and you think about what you've come from over the last 6 months or whatever we started. I mean, you know a lot of stuff. So so
Definitely.
you've already done this, but let's just, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and continue if that's okay with you.
That's perfect because I actually just got out of it because I didn't know what to do at that point.
Okay. So we don't. Do you want to show the title?
That part is what on the picture where it says the Tina B.
That's how I remember. Said somebody's name. So let's go ahead and do you have a dog?
No, I have a cat.
What's your cat's
Leo.
name? What is it?
Leo.
Okay, so
Leo.
Okay, so Leo the lion, Leo the cat. So that's gonna be on the title for this post. And then again, we've already talked about, doing the keywords, doing your snippet down here. We best go ahead and add some type of featured image for Leo, and let's find a place that he likes to hang out. He probably likes to hang out in the kitchen, so we'll give him a kitchen background, and then set the featured image. And so that's all set. And then let's go ahead and launch Beaver Builder for Leo the cat. And this is a post. Now, again, you're going to be creating posts for different reasons. Right now, you keep talking about testimonials. That's great, but so many different things that, on sale or clearance, Christmas special, whatever category you want to create, then though you can make it so only those posts appear when at that particular area. So let me continue with this and then we'll start assigning it. So again, we've already talked about this. You're not going to override the layout. If you do by mistake, just exit out of it. It's not the worst thing that'll happen. It just, we'll fix it, whatever the case may be. But let's go ahead and edit the content only. So this will take 1 second to open. So here we are, Leo the cat. And again, we can change all the formatting. We did this before, with the background on this particular column, so the rest is clear and overlay. This goes back months ago, but I know it's bringing back bad memories for you, but
That's all good.
okay. So then but I can't edit any of that. Again, we talked about that before. I can't edit any of that. And I cannot edit the footer area. Here we are in the content area. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop in a heading. And so it's dropped in here, and then I love Leo, and so that's fine. Style, font, set it for center, and then text editor. So you can see here, well, all we've done, Kelly, is you would have pasted the testimonial here or whatever you wanted to say here. And then the heading, and then the heading is different than up here. I forget what you said they called it, the title. That's what we have it set right now, so the title appears. And we're gonna put some of these on pages in a second, but what we've done is we've just created a post. This is what you've been doing all along. you were
Mhm.
using the standard editor. Now you're dropping into the Beaver Builder editor. And if you don't want to have a heading here, don't, just get rid of that row, that column, not row, the column. And then you still got your text here, and then
Okay.
hit done, and hit publish. And I did not check which category. My guess is this would have got dropped into the testimonial category because that's what was checked last, or it may be set by default. I don't know, but
Right.
so let's go ahead and go to the testimonials page. So I'm going to go to the builder, and then let's scroll down to the testimonials page right here. So
Mhm.
testimonials, reviews, customer feedback's going to open. I drink out of a big jug.
Like this one looked really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one. I mean, even that one looked nice. And
Okay.
that one is without the pictures.
Uh,
This
thi-
it looks.
yeah,
Go ahead.
this one without the pictures. Yes.
Yeah. And then this looks very busy to me compared to what you created up there. And that the same.
And then this is your text editor box. So Kelly,
Yeah.
what I had, it's hard to comprehend stuff because it's so new, and some of it doesn't make sense because you don't have a reference point. Are you assimilating it into new information, or you're trying to accommodate it? And some of this stuff, there's no prior way to put the stuff into place. So, but I think this will start continuing to make more and more sense as you go. And what you can see that each of these posts, each of these are well, you got a row. Number one, you've got a row. You've got a row here. You've got a row here. Can you see that? Each one of it says row settings. Can you
Yeah.
okay. And then in the row, I've got it's actually just one column. It looks like two columns, but we're talking about that in a second. But that's one column. This is one column. This is one column. And down here, again, it actually is just one column, but it's set to display four different columns within it. And then here it's
Okay.
kind of a collage. It's
Mhm.
one row, but it's a collage of the images of the post. So what I want to show you is that these were different rows. So what I'm going to do is to create a new row. So row, I'm going to drop it in here at the top. So we're going to drop that in here. So now there's a row. Now, what I mentioned to you before, and again, it's hard to assimilate, accommodate. So you may remember we talked about doing a search and then search for post. And what these are modules. This is called modules that you can use to display posts. And
Can I
so,
ask a quick question?
yeah,
How did you get to the I have a hard time and I can't find the uh what is it called? The magnifying glass.
the
When
search,
I do it,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't have that.
Okay, when you open up this, let me show you here. Let me scroll. It look, I'm just doing this number. When you open up Beaver Builder, when it's activated, this should, again, I know strange things happen, but this should always be here when you when you open up Beaver Builder, because you can search for
Yeah.
stuff.
I'll have to really pay attention to it because I have the plus sign over next to the done, and that's what I click on, and that's what it brings in.
So
Am I in Beaver?
let me hit done and hit publish, and then we'll go back to there.
Okay, just to make sure because I
Absolutely.
tried to figure that out, and I remember you doing that all the time, and I tried and I couldn't
Okay.
figure it out.
So here we are at the page. It's almost done loading the page. And then what I'm going to do is I want to open up the page because I want to drop in a new row so that we can drop in a new widget. And so this
Right.
page is just finished loading. So here we go to, so I have to activate Builder. So I could click on Builder, or I could have gone down to the word testimonials. I was already on the page, so I didn't need
So
to
you're
go all the
good.
way down. So
Yeah.
now this page opens up. When this page opens up in Builder, what should appear automatically is here on the left-hand side. This should appear. If it,
Mine doesn't.
Okay,
Mine has a plus on the side, right next to those 3 lines and then done. There's a plus, and then I click on that and this comes in.
okay.
But
Uh,
there's no magnifying glass.
okay. Let me see some-
So I'll look into it more, but I didn't know if you knew a reason why. What was I doing?
Um, hmm.
Because yours comes up automatically. Mine's on the right-hand side, and I know you moved yours to the left side.
Yeah, I don't remember if I did it intentionally or what happened, but yeah, you can move it here like this, and I could not
Yeah.
remember after it switched back and forth on me a few times. So and is yours on the right-hand side?
Mine's on the right-hand side, but
This
there's
is what's,
not
okay,
the
well,
magnifying.
okay, so look at what I think's happening, Kelly. You've
Okay,
got no, okay, I think, this is my guess, I'm trying to move it over, and I wonder if you're kind of cutting it off or your resolution on your monitor, so why don't you change yours next time you're on your computer, even before you hang up here, and
okay,
put it on the left-hand side, because
okay.
what's possible is the resolution or the pixels maybe are cutting off this,
That part.
like this, yeah, this part, I can't move it over there, but
Okay.
like that. And so, you know,
Yep, that's what it looks like.
and so that's what's happening. And so go ahead and drag it over here to this. And how do you drag it? Right here. You see this spot thing right here, kind of like
Yep.
so you just drag it over here. It looks like, and then it should line up properly. Let me move it back over now. Snap back on me.
Okay.
So, so hopefully
I'll try that.
hopefully that will help you and you have your magnifying glass. So
Yep.
what I want to show you is here, use the magnifying glass or for searching, we're going to go ahead and type in
Post.
post, and this will show me the widgets or modules or elements or blocks. Those are all terms that mean almost the same thing. They're slightly different, but they mean almost the same thing, and gives you the option to display only the post. And you can
Okay.
see here, Kelly, and I'll do this very quickly, is that if I chose this, this would display post, kind of like a collage. This here
Right.
is one of the ones that I chose, and I did a carousel. And then here, this is a slider, and I used that one also. And then
So,
you could do a search, but that's not, we don't need that right now at this point. But usually, like for a blog, you may have a search bar for your post at the top so people can search for cabinets, countertop,
mm,
or search colors, whatever the case may be. Right now, that's not what we're talking about, so I'm not going to discuss that further. These are a little bit fans. I did not know what all these were. I tried the content ticker. I didn't like the way that looked. It does look like, you're watching a news station across the bottom and it formats and stuff. So what would you use that for? That maybe like for posts of things that are on sale, or, things that are, you try and catch people's eyes as it runs along the bottom of the screen. I didn't like the formatting on that. The
yeah.
card slider, I think this is, I believe, the card slider. Let me see what this, I hover. Yeah, you see, I hovered over the wrench. Can you see me hovering over the wrench?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it says card slider settings. That's what this is. So what I did was I just dragged it in over here, put it right here. Now this is showing up in a new row. And here's Leo the cat. So that's showing up as, one of the posts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one because it's basically the same thing.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna just get rid of it. It's just a card slider. But what I wanted to show you, that I'm gonna get rid of this column, so that I'm back to here. But I want to get back to where we were talking about. So let me go back up to the magnifying glass and type in post. And then these show different ways. Again, for you, Kelly, most of these you may not use because you're trying to display testimonials. If you were
Right.
displaying other types of content or posts, you may use different ways to do that. But so with that being said, what I thought, again, you're mentioning these ones here. Let's look
Mhm.
at the ones and then let's edit one of these. So out of these 2 or 3 or 4, do any of these look more appealing to you than the other? Do you want one or two we can eliminate?
Um, I like that one right there.
This top
I
one?
like the Stacy L. I
Okay.
thought that looked really nice. Um, the Leo the cat looks pretty good too. I did like Stacy, I thought better. here if, that looks,
This is just text. So what I did was, so what I did here, Kelly, let me show you. This was the
Advanced.
advanced, you see it says advanced post settings.
yeah,
And so if I look over here, look at it, it should say advanced,
advanced
you
post.
see this right here?
Yep,
This is what I did. So I dragged and dropped this in. Then when you go to the settings, all I did was choose the number of columns. See, there's 2 columns. I could have
okay,
gone with 6 columns, that one you said it's too busy. I understand it's too busy. If they were just
yeah.
photos, maybe. So here is that same one. Oh, you said, oh, it looks okay. It looks okay with 2. It looks awful with 6.
It
But,
does. Gotcha.
you can easily change that. And then obviously for the different devices, small devices, only one would show up because it would get too small, like you said, busy. It would not look very good. And then
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
and so you can change all that. And then the post layout is set right now the way that it's set up. But and the queries basically coming from it's set for random, so these appear randomly. And
Okay,
the ones that it's matching, they're matching testimonials. So
yep,
this will only display posts randomly that are that have the category testimonials. But you could create a post that's, let's say, called blog. And then
yep,
we could set it so that the only thing that appears on your blog are posts that are in the category that Kelly has assigned the word blog, and that's the only one that appears.
okay,
So, and then, so let's do this. Let's figure out which one we want to eliminate. This one here is basically the same, except
I-
I agree that I don't think the photos in this type of layout look so good. It's hard. They're moving at 5 seconds. It's hard to take it in, These
yep,
are one at a time. This
yep,
makes it a little bit, easier to digest. So
yep. So I definitely think that's just too much.
yeah, I would agree. And all I'll show you though, again, just to repeat, so you got it, is this is one of these modules that we
Yep,
did the search for post. And I chose 4 columns. You can see it's got a white background. You can see that in there. And then we set it so that the photo would appear at the top. And then it rotates every 5 seconds, one thing at a time. But it's not right for this. So I'm gonna get
yep,
rid of it, but again,
okay,
for future sake. And
yep,
what you can be thinking about, Kelly, again, I said I'd get you set up with your photography business. This is the type of stuff that you would have posts that would be wedding photos, portrait
right,
photos, professional photos, child photos, pet photos, you don't want
yep,
to intermediate. We can set, if you create the post properly, we can set it up so that you're on your different pages, that only the pet photos show up on the pet pages if that's what you want. So,
right,
I'm
okay,
gonna get rid of this.
yep,
Yeah, boom. And this was the collage. Again, this was good. Well, you're a photographer. You may, at some point, you may use this layout some places. It doesn't have to be the only layout, but on some pages. But this, and what you would do is not use the names here because you would not show the title. Uh,
right,
Probably, maybe outdoor wedding or indoor wedding or summer wedding. That's up to you. But maybe just have the photos. And then when
okay,
people click on it, then that post opens up and you can say, here we are at the barn in Jonesboro and beautiful wedding in spring, and have some more photos that could display. But what
okay,
people would see originally is a masonry, a collage of these photos. Whether or not you had titles, that's up to you. So,
okay.
I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't think you're gonna use that now, right?
No, I don't think so.
So let me get rid of that. So we're back here and you've got three of these modules or widgets are showing up. This one here is just text and it
Yep,
just rotates. This
I
one
would just,
here, pardon me?
yeah. I have a quick question on the top one, right there. Is there a way to make it so the image, you can see the whole image where it's actually,
You've got a couple options there. So the post slider again, if you go here, your editing options are going to go here. So this is showing the height being at 400. Some of these are default, safe to run with. This is set for, I would set it to loop continually. Delay 5 seconds is fine. It's set for a slide. It slides quickly. You can just fade it, but dissolve. Transition quickly. Number of posts 10. That's fine. Slider controls. The dots. I don't really care for the dots. Maybe you do. I probably, for my own eye right now, I would go no dots. I would go arrows. And so then the people have the option to scroll through with their arrows. And
Yeah.
then the layout itself, show featured image, that's right here. The image
Okay.
background is, the image is set as the whole background. Let's see here. I chose to hide the author because it's probably just you is my guess.
Yeah.
Well, here you are here, Kelly Smith. So we're not going to show the author. And then I'm not showing the date. I'm not showing the comments. And then I am showing the content. And then the more link right here. So I'm showing that because you don't want to get in too long. You know, it looks a bit odd, whatever, but that's up to you if you want to show more. Then let's look at the style here. The background color set for black. You can see it actually goes the whole thing. And then what happens is, I guess, the photo must get dropped in on the right. Let's take a look at that. Because I don't see where they have that coded that way. You know, it's obviously dropping in the photo on the right-hand side. I would think
Yeah.
that there would be a
Show
way that
feature image. Would it
they
be
would know.
size?
Pardon me?
Would it be size? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just showing the size of the thing there, but post content. Here we go. And whether or not it can show the whole thing, no, I don't think so. You can pick there. You see how that's going? Or maybe. Let's see what happens here. The bottom. So, do you see how that's laying it out?
Yeah. But how can
Yep.
they, how can we make it so the picture fits where it's supposed to instead of I
I
don't see a spot for that.
don't see it, Kelly.
Would it be on the three dots? No.
I don't know. So probably let's rule that one out. This one here, you know that this gets you basically very similar type of effect. I'm sure we'll be able to change the color. So let's just take a quick look here. Go to
Okay.
not the row settings. Let's look at card slider settings. Post title is showing there. Post column 5. The title is set for H3. Card content is showing there. Image showing yes. Image size. Okay. This would be as if you wanted the image to pop out and then people could scroll through, but I would say that let's just leave it for no right now.
Yeah.
Show the extra yes there. Post meta. Show author no. Show the
Yeah.
date no. Better placement below title no. Not gonna do that. Slider setting. This is set for 8 seconds. That's a lit or 800 milliseconds. Oh, that's a transition. That's a quick
Oh,
transition. That's fine. That doesn't make sense.
yeah.
So normally it'd be 8,000 or 8 seconds. That's kind of long. 5, 6 seconds is usually okay. If you have more than that, you may have too much text or it may not look right. Rotate, because again, people scroll. So anything that's scrolling, why sliders aren't as popular, because they come on the page at different times. So it doesn't really have the effect that you think it does because no one's looking at it for 5 seconds, you know.
So what would you recommend? You said that the sliders most likely, people don't really recommend that anymore.
Well, well, all that you have to realize is that, so, with your, that because you have so many testimonials,
Right.
I think you kind of, either you can do it like we've talked about before, showing it all as this, but I know you were saying that's too long to read.
Well,
So,
you mentioned it was too. You
well,
said we
it
need
is
to do
long to read,
something.
but again, as I've shared with you from the beginning, testimonials are not as important as your reviews. So the only
Okay,
people that are going to read these testimonials, maybe Paul, maybe his wife, I did, maybe I know I
okay,
don't, no, because, and if you have 10 testimonials or 20 testimonials, how many people are going to sit there and read, okay, another testimony, they're great, they're wonderful, they're great, they're, so that's where testimonials, they have limited, that's why you don't need hundreds of testimonials, hundreds of reviews,
okay,
but not hundreds of
right.
testimonials. So
So what do you recommend, since you've done so many? Is
I
it
would
okay
say,
to have the long thing, or is it better to just have the,
Kelly, there's not necessarily right or wrong. Google and Bing and Yahoo, like if you have 25, I did not count how many you have. But if you'd obviously want to make these look better, with the bolding and, those that title, maybe whatever. But so that this doesn't look as good as appealing to the eye if someone's scrolling. But like we said, people are not going to scroll through all of these.
okay,
If you do the testimonials, if you have 5 or 10, 12 testimonials, that would be enough that someone would see a variety. If they come back one
okay,
day, it's a different one. If they come back next week, it's probably not going to be Tina. It's probably going to be Leo. If it's not Leo, it'll be, they see it rotate. So, but they're not going to know that you have 50 of them for that. So
so do you think it's beneficial for me to spend the time doing all of that, or is it beneficial just to leave? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I can't, what I would say is, as an example here, this is the text editor setting, and it has certainly some value, obviously good value for search engines. This is one thing with a lot of information.
Okay,
What these posts are individual posts, and each one has, it's similar, but it kind of reinforces it more. It's got, a post about cabinetry, or this or that, so these are individual items, so you'd be entering in, things, points for search engines, 25 times, or 12 times, but
so it's better for SEO for that then?
I don't think either one is better. I think
Okay,
I think either one's gonna be about the same. They're gonna search through the text, and if they can, if it's set up properly and it's good software, it's clean, all that type of stuff, they're able to send the spiders or bots. They catch
right,
the text, whether it's showing or not showing, but they would know it's there if they can get to it.
okay.
So I think what you want to do, what I would think maybe, especially because people can only read one at a time, and
Hmm.
you have, I would say like a classier website, that
Yep,
kind of traditional, classy, like it, one of these two, I think, is a nice way to do it. Again,
okay,
maybe the image isn't showing so well here, but this one here, it's clean. It shows the image. It has some text. It can stay there for 5 seconds, someone can digest it, and then the next one shows up. And if they have the arrows, they can scroll through it themselves. One bathroom,
okay,
one living, maybe, but you can all, well, let's just go here as an example, because you can set it up to either randomize or set them in order. This is 5 posts. It shows the title. This is picking up 5 of them. The tag, this is the size of the title. Uh,
now I wouldn't really need a title. I could just have their name on the bottom, or would I want to do the title and take off their name on the bottom?
I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think,
Okay.
what you could do here is like kitchen renovation, or
Oh,
a
yeah.
new cabinets, or fireplace cabinetry, or whatever you decide for the photos.
Good idea.
And then you're showing the excerpt, you're showing 20 words. You could show a little bit more. I don't think there's anything wrong with, you kind of decide 44,
Okay.
whatever you wanted to do. And then you're not showing the author. Well, what I was wondering about the slide transition. So goes here, autoplay, infinite loop. There has to be an arrow. Did I miss that for rotating the arrows? Let's see here. Hard width, padding.
There's the, oh, that was the other one.
I
Never
see
mind.
dots, yeah, but I thought it would have the option to go with arrows. I mean, with this one here, I can see the card shuffle, it shows this, which is slightly different. And then I guess you have the option of either,
Which is fine too.
okay. Yeah, I think it's, so it's not a matter of, let me double check one other thing, content spacing. I usually do random. So this right now doesn't have, we wanted to match these categories. So if you're going to do that, you'd go here for post category, match these categories.
Be testimonials.
You start typing in, it should show up. And then that's really strange. It does not give the option to have the arrows on the card shuffle.
Mhm.
I see here, this is, you can, horizontal, the thing can either go that way or this
Yeah.
way, but. Okay,
Oh,
so
I see. Yep.
I'll hit done and then,
Yeah.
so, oh, and
I
then
think that's fine.
cancel. Do you want me to, I'm gonna delete this other ones here because this is just a blank row. We never put anything in it.
Yeah, leave
This
that one because I
here,
want to just, I leave that one because I just want
okay.
to fool around with it too.
You want me to leave this?
Leave that one. Yep.
Okay, and then you've got the text editor box. You can delete this,
Yep.
whenever you want. So I'm gonna hit done. How about next question, Kelly? That was easier than what I thought. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Let's see. I did the gallery countertop replacements and it
Okay.
doesn't show there. And I went and I thought I published it type thing and I could not get it to show.
Okay,
Um,
so builder and then galleries, and you said countertop replacements right here,
see,
right?
it's right there. Yep. But it's not showing when it's listing down. So then I went over to I know there's something I missed doing.
Maybe not. So, so where did you have it, you said?
No, I have that in the, so it should be on the drop down of
Oh,
the
it's not in
gallery.
it's not showing up here in the drop
It's
down.
not showing up there.
Oh, yeah, okay. So let me hit done. I'm sorry. I thought you said it was not showing up like here, but no. But
No, it's there, but it's not showing up to post.
okay. This is odd. Did I do this or did you do
I
that?
did that.
Okay.
So why is that odd? So I know.
Well, you're on it, you're, because I did,
Oh,
you said drop down to 2 lines, so I thought this doesn't look right. So I thought, did I do
well,
that?
wait, when I did it, it wasn't 2 lines.
It depends on, you're probably working on a different size monitor or the resolution
Oh,
and stuff. So this would be
okay.
something you might want to think about. So I don't
Can I just do living spaces?
yeah,
I gotta move
you could do living spaces gallery or living spaces photo.
gallery, yeah.
Yeah, but you want to eliminate one of those words. Or we can just drop it down to a smaller font size. I mean, yeah, a smaller font size on all of these, drop
I
it.
did, yeah.
You'd have to do
Um,
you'd have to do each one individually.
Oh, that's,
But that it
I
should
was
be,
so excited because at the beginning it was like
yeah,
that. And I'm like, and I fooled around with it, but I didn't think about the different
yeah. So
sizes. So
and so it's and then you can just click each one, but you want to make it, if you go 18-point font here or whatever size, you want to do it on the same on the other one. So it looks
right.
the same. So let me hit done. I'm gonna get out of this real fast.
Okay. I'm glad you saw that
Yeah.
because it looks great on mine.
And that's why it's good. If you're at work sometimes, pull out your phone and scroll through your site, and then if you're on a computer at work, it's a smaller computer, see what it looks like. If you're at home, see what it looks like, that type of stuff. So,
Yeah.
so what you want to do is add something to the menu. So you got to go, there's a couple of ways to do it. I usually go here, go to menus. You could have gone,
Menus, okay,
you could have gone to the customizer, but it looks different. So here I am at the menu,
okay,
and the menu that we're using is the main menu right here. See that?
yeah.
And you said it was called Living Spaces Gallery.
It's under the gallery and it's not living spaces, it's countertop replacements.
Countertop right here, right?
Yep,
So I click here, I add it to the menu, and then I go to the bottom, and this is it. But wow, that's a long title. So
yes,
so we obviously want to change that. So it's fine to have the title that long, but you don't want the menu to be that long. So you just want it to be,
right.
so the title staying the same. We're not changing the title. We're only changing the navigation label.
Can we just say countertop replacements gallery?
Yeah. So let me delete that and then delete this.
Yeah.
And then hit. You have to scroll down, hit save, or you'll get frustrated not knowing what's going on. You see down here?
Yep,
So, because you'll think you're done, you start to click out of it, and then it never takes. Then you go back, I just did that. And you just
but
say,
now we need to move that up, correct?
I'm sorry?
That now we need to move that up with the other galleries, or is it
Well,
already there?
Well, we just did that. That's what we did. We just added
Okay.
it to the main, see right here, main menu. And then we added, well, wait a second now. We added countertop replacements. Oh, my mistake. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep,
I'm
Yep.
sorry about that.
you're good.
Well, you're saying put it up there. It's like, yeah, we did just put it up there, but no, you're saying it's gotta be a sub menu. It's not a
Yep.
menu. You are correct. So let's go ahead and learn this correctly. So menus. And then we just want to move it. So we're just gonna drag and drop it.
Click
So,
and drag, yeah.
yep, exactly. Hover. And then we're looking at photo galleries. You want this
Yep.
alphabetical?
I think kitchens should come first,
Okay.
and I think that's fine.
Okay. There's not that many, so it should show up maybe before we look. Okay, now what do I want to look for, Kelly?
Nope, I think you're good.
And then I want to make sure I always.
How about actually, do you mind putting countertop replacements in front of living spaces? Yep, just right there.
And then make sure you click save.
Yep,
Almost done. Here we go. Galleries, there it is. Okay.
there it is. Good.
And
Okay,
then right now your testimonials is not showing up anywhere. But after you decide, you would just do
Yeah.
what we just did to add it to the navigation bar, whether you drop it out down under about, or you decide just to hyperlink it. You don't have to have every page in the menu.
Okay.
You could have it, at the bottom of about, and then at the bottom of the page,
like
you
we
know,
do.
you could just put one testimonial and say, if you're interested, like as an example here, if you want to read more, click here. And then the page that opens up would be testimonial. So
Okay,
it's really up to you.
okay,
And obviously this is here at the bottom of about, it's not these posts. This would be just a text editor that you used.
right.
How about other questions, Kelly?
The updated Cambria information.
I'm sorry?
The updated Cambria information. Do you remember I emailed it to you?
Well, I remember you had sent something, and I thought I wrote back to you, and I was saying, I think all that, as far as I know, I'll have to double check, is that they have the code, and all we did was put the code in, isn't that? Yeah. This is all them. This is not us.
Right, but I believe there was one thing that they added in there, and it was, the premier dealer. You know what I mean? So basically saying that we are a premier dealer.
Okay, and so where would it appear? So
I thought it should be,
let me show you here, and then I'm gonna go back to your
Yep.
email. I'll find your email. So I'm on this page, and I'm gonna go
Yep.
and open up the builder. So builder's gonna open up, and I'm gonna show you, but if I remember correctly, what we did was we just pasted code is what I thought.
right,
And
but they added more to that, I believe, so we needed to update.
but I can't edit like this here. I can't edit. You see on the left-hand side?
Yeah,
you see it or no?
yes, I do. Yeah.
I can't edit any of that.
Okay, so did you
I don't
take,
think,
replace what?
wait a second, let me double check. I don't, no, I cannot edit any of that. That's not
Okay,
editable to me.
okay,
So what it is that they would, let me open this text editor, go to text, okay. What we must have done, if I'm trying to remember exactly, is I think they gave us this code.
right. And I'm just curious if every once in a while they send a revised code and they,
That's what you or I put here. So if you
okay,
hit,
so you put,
if you have new code, new content, I can't change that. They can change it. They send you the new code, and then you would
mm,
highlight this, paste the new code, and then hit done.
okay,
You know,
that's what I sent you is the new code.
I don't think you did. I think you sent this to me. Let me go to
Okay. And maybe they don't have anything different. They just sent out a big thing saying that we have a new premier dealer area to help your customers see what the difference is with dealing with a premier dealer. So,
Billy Smith. You know, Kelly, if you did, I don't recall it, so I would have to dig through look elsewhere.
that's okay.
I think I moved. What showed up on my screen was not. I thought what I remember was not the code. I thought I remember seeing this type of stuff, and then I thought I wrote back to you saying, we need the code, or they have the code, or something. But I thought I remember seeing this type of. But you're saying that's not what you
Okay.
said. I don't know then.
I'll
So
check it.
okay,
I'll double check
well,
it and then send
the,
it to
the,
you.
it actually don't, if you don't mind, I mean, you can send it to me, but there's no reason for you to send it to me. Because if they've got the text, let me just go back here, because again, we've got this on video, but let's go done. Well, we're on that page. Let me hit cancel. So we're on this Cambria page. And
Okay.
so you click text editor setting. And so, but we can't edit it. But the
Right.
text is right here. So it's like for you to send me the code, it's the same as you pasting the
Okay.
code right here. So if you need help with that, I can
So
do it,
you,
but I think it would take you longer to send me the email than it would be for you to just paste.
okay. So do you just delete all of that and
You're
then,
right, because they're sending you a whole new page. So what I would do is highlight, and then I could press Control V and paste it, and then it's there, because you're replacing the whole, because they're sending you a whole new page, I'm sure,
okay.
because we can't edit it, as far as I know.
Okay. So this has all of the different, that one code has all of the different pages in it and everything.
All of this, if you, can you see the screen? That's what's in this code.
Okay. So then
And
the
I
different
don't know
pages.
exactly, I don't know exactly know how they do that. I can't,
Okay.
it's a frame. And so we are displaying something, I believe, from their site or something. I can't say for sure, Kelly, but
Okay. So within Cambria, there is different, like the edges, the whatever. It would still all be in this one code, correct? Or do each page I need to
each
add
page would be
different
different.
code?
Yeah, I think each page would be different, because this is only for this page. This is,
Okay.
you said
That one I believe is the exact
went to this
same.
page. So let me hit done, and I'm gonna hit discard. I don't think we did anything, but
No, that one stayed the same. It was just that they were adding another area saying that what is the difference being a premier dealer for clients? You know what I mean?
kind of. So the answer is, if they want something
Those are all
changed,
the same. Go ahead, sorry.
if they're all the same, then we wouldn't change any of these. If they're giving you something new, then you would have to
Yes.
decide where you want to put that code, that information. And
Okay.
it can't go in the middle. You can't say, Mark, I want it right here. I
Oh, no,
can't,
no, no. No.
but I'm saying, but I can do it, or you can do it, because this is again, uh, if they wanted on one of these pages, you would just open the page. No,
I don't believe so. I think it would be another drop down. Like,
Okay. So you,
drop,
so you would create new page and then
okay,
create the page, right? And then
okay.
you did name it, and then we would just go back to menu and then add it to the menu, and then, and I can do that with you, but
And I can try.
it's exactly what we just did.
Okay,
Because
okay.
all you would do is I'd say new, and then you go to a new page. Oh, I probably clicked new too quickly. Yeah, let's see what shows up there. New page. I think this is a page, so. So here's New Cambria, and actually, then, I go ahead and I create the new page. I go to Launch Beaver Builder.
Okay.
This will come back to you because this is exactly where we started.
Now for creating a new page, would I still do all that information, like where it had, add image, where I would have clicked the testimonials? Do I do all of that first before I, do Beaver Builder?
Because it's a page, you would not do a featured image.
Okay,
And
okay,
the SEO stuff, you eventually want to do the SEO stuff, but you can do that whenever you have
yeah,
time to go back and do it or clean it up or whatever the case may be.
okay,
So showing you here, you've got the page, and you lost me here, Kelly. I'm trying to remember. Oh, so you go text editor, you drop this in. Now there's more than one way to do it. So I'm just showing you one way to do it.
yep, that's okay.
So
That's all I
here's the
need to know.
text editor, you go to text, and then you just paste it right there.
Okay, that helps me out, just
Yep.
by you going through the steps, because
And
it's
and then
different each time, just a little bit, so.
yeah, and then the other option, you could have done, instead of dropping in a text editor, here, this is a text editor, you could have dropped in HTML. And so now this is up here, this is a text, that you can see text editor here. Here it's HTML. And that's not code, but if they gave
Right,
you code, I think that code that they would give you, you'd probably be better off using HTML. Just drop it in right here.
okay.
And then it'll appear, because we're not going to mess with the code. I'm not going to mess with it. You're not going to mess with it. So
No, we can't,
it just
so
gets
that's,
dropped in. So
okay,
I'm gonna leave this here again, just as your example. The page has been published, but it's not linked anywhere. And it's just called New Cambria. So you can never use it or delete it, whatever you want to do. And
okay,
then all you would do what we just did before.
yeah,
You'd
go
be
to the
here,
menu,
menus, add it to the menu,
yeah,
change the name of it, move it around. So
okay,
uh,
that
about
sounds good.
another question?
Um, not this time, but, the posts are all over the place. For me to get those ready to work on. So I just need to know how, you mentioned something about possibly being able to convert them, making it a little bit easier on me.
Okay, well, when you say the posts are all over the place, these are the posts that you've been creating.
Not those, the
What,
blog posts that I had previously. They look totally different. The images are all over the place.
okay,
It's a totally different setup than what it was.
so let's go here. So, but you're calling it, you're using the word post. And so
Yes,
are they post? Is that what you're
they're
saying?
the actual posts that we had on the previous
Okay,
site.
so let's go here.
Like I can show you,
Well, they have to be right here. So we have 47 total, and so are these
yep.
them?
So no, if you go up to all categories and go to blog posts, you'll see them. Yeah,
I clicked this thing here, so it went here. So let me go all categories, I'll go blog post.
yeah,
Okay, are one of these them?
yeah.
I probably have to
Just
I had
the
to apply or filter.
I would go to the ones that have the two green dots. Those are the ones, the newer ones. Yep. Down at the bottom. Yep.
Okay. So how about this one right here?
Yep. Yep. That's good.
Okay, so I'm here.
Okay, like, see, I had a featured image, I had, see, now it's having all the images together.
Okay, so, okay,
So is there a way that I can, without redoing every single thing?
so, okay, so you go to the three dots over here,
Okay,
and then you convert it to Beaver Builder, and then you launch Beaver Builder.
okay.
So as you can see here, which one would you,
Edit
what do you
edit
suggest?
content only,
Right
and
here.
then hit it again. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay.
So this is
Now
how
see what
it's
it,
done.
just so
Uh,
you know, this is what it looked like before. So you
Okay,
had the
yeah,
writing and the three pictures and then writing. So
okay,
it kind of took all the pictures and,
okay. So what we have here is this the way it's formatting, and so what you did was you grabbed all the style, if that makes sense, the code. And if I go here, let's see here, text editor, and I go to the text. So you see here, all this, here's some code. Let's see here. You see how this is code? Can you see that right here?
yep.
And so, and then here's more code. Here's a gallery. And
Oh, I
so
think there was, yeah,
you see that? And so the answer is what you pasted in here is all the code. And so you didn't paste clean text. You pasted text that is full of code, such as galleries. Now, can you quickly clean it up? Maybe in 5 minutes,
okay,
I don't know if that's quick or not to you, but it's not forever. I mean, maybe 10 minutes to clean some of these up. But as an example, I would wipe this out because obviously the way Beaver Builder set up, this is the text editor box. And Kelly, you and I have worked with text editor boxes for months. And as you know, we don't drop in photos in the middle of a text editor box. We put a photo in a photo
right,
widget. We don't put a photo in a text box. Could
right,
you do it? Yeah, I guess you could, but eventually you're going to have some type of issues or limitations or whatever. So
okay.
really what
So
you
I just
want
need to go through
and
and
clean up your text.
add, yeah, and
Yeah,
add that photo box and all of that.
exactly, or add a gallery, because like this is a gallery and you showed me three photos. One of them I think had like a bunch of photos. Well, that's just like your kitchen galleries, all those galleries, you could decide how many photos, you could decide what
And
layout.
I didn't need all those, so that is what
Yeah.
it did.
So
It put
I
all the
would,
photos
and
below.
so as an example, like here I am, I would just delete, let me see if I just let me wipe this out. So yeah, I just removed some of those photos. So I go here to this gallery. It's like I said, it doesn't take you long to clean up the code, but somebody's got to clean it up because that's what you pasted into it. And
Right,
I know why you did it. You just grabbed it, but
right,
it grabbed the styles with it. So, and now I hit done, hit publish. There's still more styles in here, like this blue
yeah,
and some of these other things are styles that we grabbed, but they may be okay for you, but
yep,
so
I'll look through it.
does that make sense what we just did?
Yep,
Is
it's
that
just
kind of
gonna,
what you wanted to know? Because of that, so what we
so
did was go ahead.
I just need to basically make it read Beaver Builder.
Exactly.
Because right now it's just all text.
You need to check, you need to convert each one to Beaver Builder because you
Yeah,
created it using the classic editor. And what you
okay,
want to do is each post, and this should be all the posts should be here. But you can see it a different place. But each post and you're going to have to touch each one, open it up, convert it to Beaver Builder, change, clean up any of the code that's not right. Again, it's not a huge amount of time, but each one's going to have to be checked. Here it looks like there's a little extra space and maybe an
yeah,
extra line here. So
Okay,
And the reason why is because it grabbed the style, the coding and the style from the previous page.
right, okay.
And so, does that help?
That helps. It's gonna be a lot, but it will be.
Well, yeah, the only other option that you would have had is that you would have grabbed all of the text as clean
Right,
text and then paste it as clean. So either way, you're gonna have some code to clean up, so.
yeah, no,
And
it's all
this
good.
came over from Wix. Is that what you're talking about? From, was it Wix that you were on before?
No, it was, Divi.
Divi, yeah, okay. And Divi's known for adding a lot of code. So I
That's what you
remember, now,
said.
now you say it, I had stuff I had to clean up on your site that I had to go through to clean up
Yep,
that code that came over. So, anyway, I'm not,
yep.
it's not horrible. It'll just take you a little bit of time.
No, it just takes a little bit of time. It's all good.
How
And I
about
think
it?
that was it. That's all I had to do. And I think I've got quite a bit to do. So I'm thinking probably maybe 2 weeks.
Okay,
I know this week, the rest of the week, I have a seminar.
okay.
So,
Well, and I'm wondering if you might want to drop into either like even like a once a month type of situation, if that's up to you, because then
okay,
there's additional SEO stuff that you may, because Paul had sent me a message, asked about the invoice, and I just haven't gone back because I was trying to remember what we had talked about last year was what I thought we had talked about, like a monthly type of SEO type package. And so what we've been
yep,
doing certainly has been related to SEO. We're still doing editing, other types of things.
yep.
But I think what
No,
I'll
that
do,
sounds good.
I'll look through that, and that way we're on a regular schedule. And as you got questions, we can keep doing things together. So.
Sounds good.
Okay, and this is the end of February, so if we do any time in March, that'll work out also, then any time in April, and we can go from there, so. If
Sounds wonderful.
you have questions, keep them written down or in your mind, you can send them anytime, but I look forward to seeing you again soon, Kelly, and enjoy your fridge and hopefully enjoy your new freezer
Oh,
when it
I hope
arrives.
so.
We will talk soon, so let me stop the share, and then I'm gonna end the meeting, close here. And have a great rest of your day, Kelly.
Yes, you too. Bye,
Thank
Mark.
you. Take care. Bye-bye.